Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at YouTubers and others to see if they demonstrate any traits that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. These videos are for fun and entertainment purposes only, strictly my opinion, and remember, please don't send any snark to our possible narcs. So key points to remember: messy fun and not a diagnosis. Hello, hola, bonjour, hey y'all. My name is Merc. Welcome back to Narc Alert Reacts. Well, it's Tuesday, and as we know, AMBERLYNN has a very tight schedule that I'm sure she's going to stick to for months. And that schedule includes a very, very exciting Monday vlog that encompasses her entire week. I don't know how she condenses this much fun and excitement down to one short 30-minute vlog. I don't know how she does it. It's really boring, guys. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in girl world right now about Dakota. And I will be addressing Dakota, but we'll do it on the live stream tomorrow because I just want to do a reaction. And her vlogs are 30 minutes, so we know this is going to be an hour. We don't want to pile the Dakota stuff on there, but I will give you a too long didn't watch. I think it's horrific. I think that Dakota is obviously a predator of some sort, or was. There's so many receipts for it, it's bad. And I'm going to say off the bat that if you're one of the reaction channels or one of the people who've been calling AMBERLYNN REID a horrible pedophile, which she is not. She's creepy, but she's not a pedophile. I think that this behavior of Dakota's is actually a lot more predatory. But we'll leave that for an open discussion on tomorrow's live stream. Today we're going to look at her really exciting 30-minute vlog. I saw a comment somewhere about, all the reaction channels are avoiding it, the vlog, because nobody wants to talk about Dakota. And that might be true, and I know I'm not usually included when they talk about all the reaction channels. I wasn't avoiding this. It was too fucking boring, and I didn't feel like reacting to it yesterday. So here we are with a very full coffee. This is not a half calf. No, there's no half here. This is a sip. And we'll react to this really exciting, not exciting vlog called My Ex's Wife is Obsessed with Me. Copying Reaction Channels and Calories at Bingo. Weekly vlog, episode 3. Amber, the floor is all yours. Take it away, my girl. There she is. And listen, not only do we have Amber, but I snuck this guy in. He doesn't usually work on Mondays or Tuesdays, but I told him, dude, you missed a couple shifts last week. You owe it to us. So here he is. He's going to help today. Thank God, because we had 33 minutes of fun. Let's go, Amber.
Welcome to a new weekly vlog. So I did not vlog anything. Yesterday was Monday. My weekly vlogs go from Monday to Sunday because it's the whole week. I needed a moment. I'm not gonna lie. I just needed a day to reset mentally. I needed it so bad. So I didn't vlog, but we're here Tuesday. Hello.
Why? Reset from what? Amber, you produce a 30-minute vlog that encompasses an entire week. Let's say you take 2 days off a week and your vlog is only 5 days a week, like people work Monday to Friday. 5 days. 30 minutes of content. That's 6 minutes a day, Amber. You have to film 6 minutes a day. Okay, let's be fair. 6 minutes of completed content. So that might be, oh gosh, we might be pushing 12 minutes of raw footage a day for 5 days a week, Amber. What the hell do you need to reset from?
So I'm actually about to film my weigh-in for the...
You know that people go out there and work hard-ass jobs that they hate for 40, 50, 60 hours a week, not 12 minutes a day.
And I'm actually going to be playing an April Fool's joke on you guys in my weigh-in. I know that's dumb, but
It was
I'm
tasteless.
kind of a
Actually.
dumb girly pop sometimes. And from my remembrance, I don't think I've ever done like an April Fool's joke on you guys. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it for my weigh-in video since it's going to go up tomorrow. So if you guys want to watch the April Fool's joke or you want to see like what my new diet is.
April Fool's joke. I'm going to get a job. I don't care about losing weight. I'm going to quit YouTube and I got a job. That's her joke. That's a joke to Amber.
Is because, yes, we are doing a structured diet because the no diet was not working for me at all. So if you want to see my weigh-in and all that jazz, definitely watch my weigh-in video.
She's so
but
phony
tonight
right
I
now.
also have my live stream, my members live stream, and I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to do more tarot. Well, not tarot, but oracles with you guys because I know you guys enjoy that as well.
Now, this is a week behind, guys. So, she didn't film this yesterday. This is filmed last Monday before her Tuesday live stream, which was pretty much boring until the last half an hour, and then she got really pissy and quit. So we'll see how that translates into this vlog.
Oh, I'm feeling a wee bit optimistic about today's live stream. So
You
I'm
always
excited
are.
to come talk to you guys. And if you guys have not joined my members live stream, you definitely should because I would love for you guys to be part of the stream queens. All right, you guys. So I just got off my live stream and
she would love to take your $10 a month. But you guys, you got to stop complaining because she doesn't even get the full $10. So it's not like $10 because she doesn't even get $10, you guys. YouTube takes a cut. And there's taxes. So it's not even like, I know you feel like you've given 10, but it's not even 10.
I made myself a little meal. I made some corn, potato, and steak. And this was 570 calories. And I weighed everything. Starting in with my new habits of measuring my food and weighing it.
You've measured food before. This habit isn't going to last. That's not a bad meal. We've bitched about her food before. I mean, it looks wholly unappetizing. And I don't know why she's really committed to the paper plates. Like, Amber, stop destroying the environment with your waste. Just wash a plate. You're not even doing that much cooking. You can't have that many dishes to do.
Which
also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mini potatoes. For me, that's twice a serving. But
weighing is more reliable, so
I eat small.
I'll probably stick to that. Hello. Okay, so it is the next day. I just filmed my Let's Talk video, and I'm finally about to have my first meal of the day. Be proud of.
Somebody in my comment section, because I went off on a bit of a rant and said this looked like oxidized blood color. And then somebody else commented, ox blood. I mean, oh, okay. And then somebody else today commented, I think it was, I don't remember who it was. Bacon or shoes, or I don't know, one of you guys with those great names, said brick colored. So brick colored is a much nicer way to put it. So let's agree to call it, or terracotta is even nicer.
For me, I'm actually eating leftovers. So I made sure to make enough potatoes, and this is a lean steak, so good. I made sure to make enough.
Shit out of it so it has no flavor.
I don't know, but I made sure to make enough for today. Also have a fried egg and radish. I love radish so much. I'm going to be quite transparent right now.
Why don't you slice the radish?
I have not been in the vlogging mood. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure I cooked this. Oh yeah, I cooked it perfectly. The yolk, yes. Sometimes I want yolk, sometimes I don't. Today?
No, Amber, you don't know how to cook. You don't know how to cook your egg to the point that you want it. Today you like a yolk, but we see you, I just saw you cook the shit out of an egg. Oh God, the things that you do to an egg. It's like, what did chickens ever do to you, girl? I don't know what the fuck chickens ever did to you that you need to do that to eggs. We saw you cook this gray thing, hard ass like a hockey puck. It fucking bounced off the plate into your plate. From the frying pan, it bounced up into your mouth. You took the whole thing in at once. Don't tell me you know how to cook it. Oh, sometimes I like it runny and sometimes I don't. No, you don't know how to cook, so you just take whatever the fuck comes out of the pan, and that's what you like today.
Is a big fat yes. By the way, I'm counting calories. I'm having to measure all my food. All of this came out to 470 calories. Hell yeah. Potatoes are so low calorie, it's crazy.
Well, they're not.
Yeah, I just have not been.
They're not really, and they're very high in carbs. And why are you eating a radish like that? The fact that she's eating this radish like an apple, I find very triggering, for lack of a better word. Like, Like, slice it, Amber. Slice the radish. Radishes are supposed to be sliced.
In the vlogging mood. I don't really know what it's about. I'm still going to keep to my schedule though, of course, but I just don't know what the rest of this week is going to look like in the form of this vlog. So I actually had my therapy appointment on Monday.
I already saw it.
And we haven't started the like DBT section of it all.
You mean the
because
DBT
she's still
therapy?
just trying to like get to know me and stuff like that. And we talked.
She hasn't started her dibbity therapy for her bippity do yet.
A lot about like my disassociation, like when it started and all of that type of stuff. So it's honestly really scary for me. I'm not gonna lie. It started when I was a little girl. It happens when I'm in like high stress situations. It feels like I am just like watching myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that we actually have control of the speed. There's no need for us to listen to AMBERLYNN describe this for the 40th time this month. We're going to have to speed this up a little bit because I can't do it. Guys, I can't do it. I can't listen to her and her self-pity talk anymore today. Off you go.
From the outside. Like, it's like life is happening to me and there's nothing I could do about it. And it's scary. I feel like detached from my body. And I opened up a bit about it, like after me and Colleen broke up and like I was moving here, living alone for the first time in my life. I did open up to you guys about it then. And I noticed lately it's been happening again. I'm just gonna go eat this. I don't want to bother you guys with my nonsense, but I'm just having a little struggle bus time. And thankfully I have a therapist to listen to me and to help me cope a little bit, you know? All right, you guys, so we have an Amazon haul. 3 days ago, I was supposed to have a Fitbit delivered, but I literally cannot find it in the package room. Sometimes this does happen.
Why, Amber? You fucking... come on. First of all, you have about a half a dozen. You've got Fitbits to equip an entire NFL team at this point. You have bought more Fitbits than any human on the earth. What happened to your Fitbits? You know, they don't go stale. They're not like a piece of bread that you leave on the counter. You can use them again the next year. Your heart rate will still be the same.
Where they put the package in the wrong spot, because how it's all combobulated in there, it's definitely different. You have to go a searching. I literally can't find it. So they might not have delivered it for real. So I'm just gonna give it a few more days. And if I can't find it, I'm gonna contact customer service. Sometimes they have to do an audit in the package room, blah, blah, blah. I really wanted that damn Fitbit because I'm gonna start tracking my steps. I'm super excited for that. But anyways, let's get into the haul. So I got some of these little Swiffer.
Just take the steps, Amber. It doesn't matter if you track them. See, she won't even start walking now until she gets this Fitbit so she can track. You know, Amber, you could just get up and walk around the block every day. And you know what? Even if you don't know how many steps it is, they're still going to count.
For dust things because I needed more of those. And it's just like so random. It's like things that I know that I need, but I forget to get them when I'm at the grocery store. So if you have long hair and you use scrunchies, you know that they get up and walk away and then you can't find them. So I got a whole pack of 50 and I actually really like them. I was going to take one out, but it's this type of deal. It literally is perfect. Sometimes scrunchies are like too tight, but this is like perfect.
It was literally so hecticana. Like, speak like a fucking English grown-up adult. Literally. Stop saying that. It's almost like she feels like her words aren't going to be heard enough, so she's got to make them bigger, longer, louder, sillier, so that, you know, we really listen to her. I don't know. Perfecto.
Recommend. So when I use my air fryer, I normally just like clean it when I'm done, but it's a hassle. And people are like, AMBERLYNN, have you ever heard of like the air fryer thingy-majigger? Air fryer liners, to be exact. And I was like, no.
Yeah, Amber, when you cook, you have to clean. It's just part of the package. You know how it's like you and Twinkie, you're part of the package? Cooking and cleaning, they're the same thing. The one is just as important as the other. It's not a hassle. It's just something you do.
So I got some, but they're too big. And this was the smallest one because I do have a different air fryer now. When I give you guys a little...
And I can't imagine, like, she puts what, like 2 3mm skinny ass pork chops in the air fryer and fries them until they're like petrified. How much mess is that making? All you got to do is a quick wipe out of the air fryer. You're not doing a bunch of stews and stuff in there.
Tour of my new kitchen stuff. I'll show my new air fryer, but sadly these are too big, even though they were the smallest size. So I don't have any of these, so I definitely needed some. It's just to help to keep bags shut, like bags of carrots, radish, chips,
just fold the
whatever
bags, Amber.
I got these really cute pink hoop earrings.
No,
so these next 2 earrings that I'm about to show you, I thought they were a little bit bigger, but they're kind of small. I think I'll be okay. But they just look weird because I like the really big hoops. I guess I'll be all right. So on the front, it's like these black rhinestones, and then inside here, It's like regular rhinestones, silver ones. Isn't that so pretty? And then the other pair is
so
literally
pretty.
just silver, and the rhinestones on the inside and outside are the same. And then I also got this set. It's a set of notebooks. They all come together. I did not buy them separate. Don't worry. So
hang on. Rio, what are you looking at? Is somebody at the door? He's a watch cat, you know.
This is what they look like. I put them in order
I'll
of
do more
my
journals
favorite to my
because they're
favorite.
cute.
They're all so stinking
So
adorable.
Adorable,
like,
you
look how
guys.
cute.
My God,
That's my
look how
all-time
freaking
favorite.
cute.
Like,
They're
oh my
so
God, are you
adorable. They're
joking?
so
And then with the
freaking
notebooks,
adorable.
it actually comes with some pens, but I gave 2 of them to my mom already. So we have a bow pen. We have a pen with bows that says "I'm just a girl." That's so me coded. And then 2 more bow pens. So it came with 6, but I gave 2 to my mom, like I said. But look how adorable.
Oh my God, that's so me coded. How did they know I'm a girl? Oh my God, they made that pen right for me. It's so me. I'm a girl.
Cherries and bows.
I tell you guys, the reason nobody reacted to this video yesterday wasn't because of the Dakota stuff. Well, maybe there was a couple of them, but mostly it's because this is just really boring. Guys, come on, let's be real.
Next day, I'm actually filming my what I ate today video. I'm looking.
Yeah, pull those.
Like it's not my day.
Make sure you pull those greasy strings out so you can sit there and do this while you talk, because that's really attractive, Amber.
I wear makeup so much, but like I need to have some days to like breathe. So today's the day. And yes, my hair's in a braid. I'm like scared to have my hair in a braid. I'm scared to exist. There's like reaction channels thinking I'm stalking them. There's other reaction channels thinking they're the people who invented braids and that they're the only people who ever do braids. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Like I have been doing braids since the beginning of time. I've been doing this type of braid and like side braid my whole life. But like 2 pigtails, I've done that so many times I can't even think straight. And like, yeah. I just don't understand that. Like, why can't we just go back to like nitpicking AMBERLYNN instead of thinking I'm obsessively stalking someone or obsessively.
You know, it's weird to me the things that she chooses to address. You know, people talk about everything she does. The things that she chooses to address are interesting to me. I did see in passing over the last week a really small comment somewhere about AMBERLYNN REID is stealing this girl's personality. You know, and those posts come up a lot, so I didn't even read it because, you know, who cares? And it was some cute girl with braids. I think it was a TikToker. I'm not sure. Again, I didn't watch it. And I guess they said that AMBERLYNN was doing the same things that this girl was doing, right? And I thought, you know, whatever. You know that a lot of these vloggers, they all do the same sort of shit. Like, there's a lot of vloggers that do the stuff AMBERLYNN does. They do it better, but, you know, they do the same kind of content. So I don't know that she's necessarily... And pigtails, I don't know, is that what they were accusing her? Because that girl had pigtails and then AMBERLYNN had pigtails. It's like, guys, she has worn people are nuts. Like, I remember running into a hater comment about myself once, and I was wearing I guess I was wearing a camo t-shirt. I don't think it was this one. I think it was the beige one. I was wearing a camo t-shirt, and that day in part of her vlog, she happened to put on camo. And my haters were going on and on about what a stupid bitch I was because I was wearing the same t-shirt as her. And I'm like, really, guys? I don't care that much. That's the shirt I happen to have on that day. So, you know, people do really stretch. And that's what I thought about this girl. She just happened to be wearing pigtails. Amber, you should be afraid to wear pigtails because what they're doing is making everybody see how thin and nasty your hair is. That's what the pigtails. That's the problem with the pigtails. Not that there's another girl that wears them.
Copying someone. Like, braids have been around forever. I'm 34 years old. I've always done
look
braids.
How thick her braids used to be. Look how thick her braids used to be. And now when she does the 2, like down here, they're like skinny little rat tails. Now, mine would be too. Lots of us have thin hair, but I mean, I wouldn't choose to wear my hair in a way that accentuated how thin and unhealthy it looks.
And also the same person who thinks that I am copying the braids, by the way, this comes from someone messaging me on Instagram, which I'll show you here. So I had to watch it. The same person who thinks I'm copying them when it comes to braids, they think I'm copying them because I decided to start drinking.
This comment says,
the same person who thinks I'm copying them.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Years old. I've always done braids. And also the same person who thinks that I am copying the braids, by the way, this comes from someone messaging me on Instagram, which I'll show you here. So I had to watch it. The same
goes by so fast, it's hard to catch.
person who thinks I'm copying them when it comes
here. It says, so somebody DM'd her and it says, please, for the love of God, watch this video. This girl thinks you're copying her. Yet you have done these things in an abundant amount of times. Okay, she wrote this, right? In an abundant amount of times through your YouTube career. I like you, but I don't understand the fascination. I think she wrote that. That sounds like her languaging. Now, she's not the only one that speaks English poorly, but saying, yet you have done these things an abundant amount of times. That sounds like Amber's language, to be honest. But
braids, they think I'm copying them because I decided to start drinking water. Isn't everyone supposed to drink water? And I just have been flopping.
I will say that sounds like her writing, but I did say a post somewhere where people were saying this comment. That she's
like, I did not grow up and learn to drink water. It was always drink milk. It's weird because when I lived with my parents before I was put into foster care, they always wanted me to drink milk. And then even when I went into foster care, the choice was either milk or juice. 9 times out of 10. Like,
wait a second. You know, I know I'm old and I can forget stuff now, but I don't remember being taught to drink water either. Was there a water class that we missed? Amber, we really are twinning because nobody ever taught me how to drink water either. Whatever shall we do?
It was never like water. The only time I remember drinking water as a kid was when I was put on this weird diet. I was in an all-girls group home. I was 10 years old. And the 2 things that they told me to do was you get your own milk. It's like a lower fat milk. So I had my own big gallon of milk because all the girls in the group home drink milk, but it was just like normal milk. And then the other thing was
that must have really bothered her as a little kid. And you know what? As a little kid, that would bother anybody. Imagine being in a group home and they say you have to drink this special milk because it's not because you're fat. Everybody else gets the regular milk. Guys, in a group home, do you really think whole milk and 2% milk is really going to be that big a difference? How much milk is she drinking in a day? A glass? That's demeaning. That's not going to help a child. That's not a good way to do that. Chugging water before you eat, I've heard that works. It fills your stomach up so you don't eat as much. I mean, clearly they were grasping at straws. They were trying to help without really knowing how to. That's what it seems like. But
they wanted me to chug
that would have been
a bunch of water before every meal.
The fact that she's mentioned the milk thing more than once means that really stuck with her. I get it. Stop doing that, Merc.
Said okay. So that was like my first diet ever at the age of 10, but that did not last long, I can tell you that. But water has never just like been in my vicinity. I've never been taught to drink it, and I go through phases as an adult.
I was never taught either. Amber, if you pull the tripod out of the bathroom, why it's in the bathroom, I don't know, but you seem to film a lot there. Please use your tripod so the camera isn't facing your tits. It makes you look fatter. Does that help? I wish she'd watch me. Amber, this angle makes you look even fatter. Put the camera up to eye level. It's going to do you and us so many favors.
Where I drink a lot of water and then I stop. This reaction channel thinks that I'm copying everything they do, and we're all supposed to be drinking water. And it's like, I didn't know you wore your hair in braids. I'm sorry, question mark, question mark. Like, it's something I've always done. I don't know. That was just like a little mini rant. Excuse me for that. So I just got out of the shower and I literally already have my AirPod in. I'm listening to Trisha Paytas' podcast. Jeff is on this episode. Personally, for me, I think they're like a hoot together. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like, I just feel like there's like the perfect amount of like awkwardness. I don't know. I could see them being like their own podcast together. I just don't think that they'll ever do it. I know Jeff and Tana flirted with the idea, but they never did it either.
She's just obsessed with podcasts. I don't know what it is about podcasts that she is so obsessed with. Is it the length of time? Because she's got so much time to fill a good... See, I don't get it because, like, H3's podcasts are like 3 to 4 hours long. And she claims to have an attention span of a gnat. And she has to have 16 tabs open at once. She has to set a timer. Honestly, I don't know why you'd have to set a timer. Apparently, she can only watch 10 minutes of a movie at a time. So I don't get why she's so obsessed with podcasts.
Who's with me? Do you miss frenemies? That was the best thing to ever happen to the internet.
It was.
Besides AMBERLYNN REID, of course.
It wasn't the best thing to ever happen to the internet. I loved frenemies. Many people loved frenemies. Would I want it back? No, because it was then, and you can't go back again, Amber. It was a moment in time that they'd never be able to recreate. Don't you get that?
I'm looking a mess. So I'm filming my what I ate today video. Look at Wayne. Yeah, you're such a perfect baby. I just don't even understand like how I got so lucky. So I'm having fried egg, chorizo, radish. I've been obsessed lately. Carrots, also been obsessed. Like, what's happening?
Second
and a fried egg.
Why is she eating so many eggs? Is it because she can cook them easily?
A fried egg?
She's got that egg intolerance, right? That comes and goes, the egg intolerance. But today she's had, if she's eating one, sorry, there's something in the corner of my eye that's driving me crazy. I don't know if she's eating one or two in a serving, but this is her second time to eat eggs today.
I've said it so much that it doesn't even sound real anymore. But a fried egg just sounds so good lately. So I've been eating those. It's a good source of protein, plus they're freaking tasty as hell. But what I was going to ask you guys, every single year when I send my taxes to the IRS, and then I do my federal taxes as well, I always get a check from the IRS with like the exact same amount of money every year. Why are they sending me money? It's so weird. It's literally just a random check.
I don't know anything about US taxes, so this conversation is completely lost on me. You know, somebody said you overpay and that's the same, you get the same amount back every year. And that, I guess that makes logical sense, but as a YouTuber, she doesn't pay the same amount every year. Her income is going to widely vary month to month. So I can't speak to this. I don't know anything about your taxes.
You want a carrot?
God, there's something right here.
Yeah, it's literally just a random check and there's no explanation on it or anything, but okay. Hello, it's the next day. Oh, I forgot to put on my rings. I feel naked without them. So I am wearing this lace thing, which I wore a few days ago, but thank God for laundry. And this is a...
Okay, that tells me she hasn't washed it. Because no adult has to justify their clothing by saying they've washed it. Most of us are just going to assume that as an adult, you've done the laundry and you're not a filthy pig wearing the same shirt for 5 days in a row. But the way you framed that makes me absolutely believe that shirt is filthy dirty and you haven't washed it in days. And this fugly dirt. God, stop this. This is so ugly. This black lace thing with the dresses on top of it. Oh God, Amber, it's so ugly.
It's a similar dress. It's literally the same dress, different color. I was just really vibing with the look. So I was like, I'm gonna wear that to bingo night. So I do have to go to the USPS. We're going to bingo. I'm super excited. This box is still here because I'm still getting rid of kitchen stuff. I'm trying to go through kitchen stuff. And then when I buy new kitchen things like pots, pans, a whole cooking utensil set, a whole new knife set, like I like to wash all of that before you use it. And then I'm gonna put it away. I'm in this like out with the old, in with the new routine, while also...
You've been talking about this kitchen stuff for honest, like literally 2 or 3 weeks. There was a live stream that you were drunk and you were trying to put your pot lids together. And I bet you that was 2 weeks ago. So this shit has been sitting in your kitchen for 2 fucking weeks waiting to be put away. 2 weeks, Amber. And it's also stuff that you absolutely do not need. You don't need new. I mean, yeah, okay, I'll agree you need new utensils because those black iridescent things you bought were literally the most fugly fucking flatware I've ever seen in my life. Ever seen in my life. Fugly. So ugly that every time you used it on camera, people thought you were using plastic forks. That says a lot about the quality of your fucking flatware, Amber. So yeah, I get that you might want to replace that, but you have no need. You know, I've got the same frying pans. I have one frying pan that I bought at a goddamn yard sale like 25 years ago. And I bought it. It was when I was walking by, they were like closing up and they said, fill a bag for $1. And I walked in and I found these 2 frying pans that they looked beat up, but I know they're restaurant quality. They were the same pans that I've used in every restaurant I've ever worked in. I'm like, I'm taking these 2 pans. I still have one of those pans. I bet it's 30 years old. And you know what? It's my favorite pan to fry eggs in. You don't need new pans. You don't even cook, Amber.
Still trying to keep up with everything else around the house.
All right, you guys. So since I'm counting calories, I thought something that could be fun is to tell you guys what I had at bingo and how many calories it was. So these pretzels were my mom's because we both got an appetizer. You will see mine in a minute, but she wanted me to try one. So the one that's bitten off, that one is mine. For my appetizer, I got this mini cake.
I want to eat that pretzel. I want to eat that pretzel. I love those big pretzels. Tim Hortons used to do pretzel bagels.
An appetizer, you'll see mine in a minute, but she wanted me to try one. So the one that's bitten off, that one is mine. For my appetizer, I got this mini quesadilla. It's a cheese quesadilla. So good. I had a little...
Mini? How is that mini? How is that mini? I'm seeing it, I guess it is kind of small. If you look at the ketchup packages or the sour cream pack beside, that's probably going to be about that long. No, it's not. That's like an average quesadilla. What is she talking about?
A little bit of sour cream. You guys know me. I'm a dry girl. And a little bit of salsa because I do like some spice. Super freaking tasty. And then they have these chocolate chip cookies that are divine. Usually I have 3, but I only had 2. I was very proud of myself. So
oh my God. She didn't have 3. She only had 2. Oh my God, Amber, you're going to make your goal. Oh my God, it's literally in sight. You keep up this hard work, Amber, and it's going to pay off. This is amazing.
Dad, and he enjoyed it. And then a couple hours later for my actual meal, I got potato wedges and chicken strips. I did not eat the bread though, so keep that in mind for my calories. That was not 8. And I did dip it in just the tiniest bit of ranch. So for calories.
Okay, not one gram of fiber. Literally. There's no fiber in her diet. There's no vegetables. There's no fruit. It's just beige fried food. Varying shades of brown and beige. Deep fried with dips and sauces and gravies and... But guys, she didn't eat all 3 cookies. She only ate 2.
It did come out to a banger, not gonna lie. So I had no cheese with the pretzel, so it was 101 calories. Quesadilla, 322. Sour cream, 23. Ranch, 64. Chicken strips were 307. Potato wedges was 226. Cookies, 170. Came out to 1,213. Thankfully, I have hundreds of calories for wiggle room because Noom wants me to eat upwards to like 3,400, and I usually try to stay below 2,600. So give or take, these are the calories, and I just stayed on track for the rest of the day surrounding that.
I've also read repeatedly that she is not getting these calories right, and then I think, is it this vlog? God, I hope not. Something we watched recently where she shows us how she's right. I don't know. Let's see. It might
Hello. It is the next day. Today we are wearing a Sabrina Carpenter perfume. Some people say this smells like cherry medicine. I get the vibe. I do. So me and my mom were actually gonna go to my grandma's house and play some cards. And then last minute, my grandma calls my mom and literally is like, can we go to the casino? So we're going to the casino. I haven't gone since the beginning of January. And a week ago, I won $500, but I tipped big. So I still have a few $100s just floating around in my wallet. And it's like, that's what I used on bingo last night. And I also bought my friend, my stepdad.
Did she just say, I tip big? You know, you can do that and not have to brag about it, Amber. You can just be a good tipper.
Out of my mom, some bingo games last night. So it's like everything I've been doing has been off of those winnings. Not me chugging water in my closet. Who remembers like a year and a half ago, me drinking alcohol in my closet? Why am I this person? Oh. I'm now on White Claws. People drink just to have fun.
Why are you putting this in here like you're an alcoholic that's fixed? I can't think of the word. Recovering. You're not a recovering alcoholic. You claim to not be an alcoholic at all, even though some of us think you might be heading that way. And this is not like you don't drink anymore. You will drink in that closet again. You might even do it tonight, Amber.
Funsies, like just for funsies. So there's no crisis. There's no cry for help. We've made progress, folks.
No,
yes,
you
we
haven't.
have. Right, I'm ready.
No,
my mom is
you
about to be
haven't.
here, and I keep looking around. I'm like, am I forgetting anything? I like to leave some.
You've literally made no progress. You're actually heavier than you were a year ago. So maybe you should go back to drinking in the closet. Filming in the bathroom. Why don't you have a nice area to film in? You know, I don't have a lot to work with here. I got a really tiny little apartment. But I try and make my background look somewhat interesting. Why don't you have a nice spot? Why are you always filming in the bathroom? Closet.
The lights on for the fur babies. So sometimes I get spook magooked by the dark, just like your mamas. All right, so we are at the casino now.
No.
I think me and my mom are actually gonna get.
Animals do not get spook magooked by being in the dark. Hey, Rio, do you get spook magooked when you're in the dark? Is that a thing? He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Something to eat because neither of us have ate today. Sorry, it's super windy in Oklahoma lately. So we're gonna eat at some place inside of this casino, which I've never ate here before. I'm a little nervous. I did chug a water bottle in hopes that it would keep me full. I know that's not the greatest thing to do, but like, think of your calories as like money that you have in the bank. You know, do you want to spend it really early in the day, or do you want to wait?
Stop giving advice, Amber. Just take advice out of your mouth, because Girl, really?
More later at night, because once those calories are gone, there's nothing you can do about it. Just like once that money's gone, you have no more money. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so me and my mom are waiting for our food, and we go to the Newcastle Casino or Remington. It just depends. But my mom's been coming here for literally years, and she's never been this far down. She didn't even realize it was this big. Neither did I, because we always stay in this little tiny spot. This place is massive. I swear we walk a mile just to get to it.
Down here, but I didn't come this way. I come in like the door right there. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's huge.
It's literally massive. Like I didn't even realize it.
Oh, hi guys, long time no see.
Hi, Mama Lynn.
Yeah, I got some Diet Coke.
I like Mama Lynn, but oh my gosh, Mama Lynn, those boobs need a different area code. Mama Lynn be stacked. What happened to little Amber?
Nothing. I don't drink liquids very often.
Yeah, she doesn't drink liquids very often. People have came for me like, why don't you drink a lot of water? I think it's like in the family where we just don't drink a lot of liquid.
Oh no, I don't drink liquid at all.
Yeah, she doesn't drink like liquid at all, let alone water.
I drink coffee.
I try to
Yeah, guess what? Coffee's a liquid. You guys both drink a lot of liquids. Every time we see you, you're drinking a liquid, pretty much. What you don't drink is a lot of plain water. I don't either. I need Jace, the Lurt, to nag me and nag me. You know, some people just don't drink a lot of water, but you do drink liquids, Amber, and so does Mama. Mama says, oh no, I don't really drink any liquids. I just drink coffee. What the hell, do you think coffee's a solid? You guys drink liquids, trust
totally
me.
her to drink water, not myself. I have gotten better with that though.
Sometimes helping other people helps yourself.
That's very true. I got catfish tacos. That looks tasty.
And I got
A salad.
chili lime salad.
Yeah, chili lime. I'm not really a lime fan. Are you?
Yeah,
Yeah? Well, I guess you wouldn't have got it if you're not a fan of it.
that looks good, Amber.
Yeah. All right, you guys, that was the best catfish tacos.
So Mama Lynn orders a nice, fresh, multicolored salad with all kinds of things in it. Now, is it the most healthy salad ever? No, I see some fried, crispy fried chicken on the top of it. You know, but it's a salad. It's better than this. This is just carbs and fat and salt. And salt and salt and fat and carbs. No vegetables, no protein, nothing. No fiber, nothing.
I've ever had, but I'm not gonna have any of the chips and salsa because I tried the salsa and it literally, my mom said it and she's right. It tastes like literally tomato paste. It is disgusting.
Doesn't look like tomato
but
paste.
the food was really good. You like it, Mom?
Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
Really good.
No, not with this angle. I'm not watching Amber go like this for 2 minutes. We're not doing that. Let's get out of here and go to the car. And I'm gonna move this camera because his framing is bothering me.
All right, so my mom's actually stopping to get herself some cigarettes, and then we're gonna actually meet my friend at bingo. And my stepdad's going. Yeah, it's been a good night, and I know it's gonna be a good day. My grandma, she won pretty good at the casino, so that was awesome. Me and my mom did not, and my stepdad did a little bit, so that's kind of cool. My mom and I are trying to come up with like different things to do instead of always just like bingo. I really want to go mini golfing, and the weather is getting a little bit better. Weirdly enough, it's supposed to snow today, which I'm like, girl, what? The other day it was 80 degrees.
Yeah. Well, I can feel you here, sister, because I woke up and there was snow on the ground. Snow. It's like -4 and there's snow on the ground. What? Nuh-uh. So Amber wants to, she used to go mini golfing. I forget with who. I think with Beck. But I know she used to go mini golfing. But God, she's got nothing. It's like she's got nothing she's working towards or anything she's working on, aside from Lego. So they're constantly looking for things to just fill in her time. Just keep her busy. What a sad existence. Amber, you're going to look back and think, Jesus Christ, I wasted 20 years doing nothing. Literally nothing.
I don't understand what's happening, but yeah, we're looking for things to do, like maybe go to movies again, bowling. Bowling's kind of hecticana because then you have to wear other people's shoes, and that's kind of gross. Like I used to go bowling a lot as a kid, but like as an adult, thinking about
you're also 500 pounds heavier than you were then. I don't know if the bowling might be too physical for you, Amber. Because although you like to pretend you're a girl on the go, we know that when the camera's off, you have got to be in pain. You've got to find it hard to move. Wiping has got to be difficult. As well as everything else you do. Washing her hair has got to be difficult because she's got a lot of it. And holding your arms above your head when your arms each weigh 50 fucking pounds is hard to do.
about putting my feet where hundreds of other people have. It's kind of a weird concept when you actually sit down and think about it, but you know what? Bowling's fun. You guys, I'm walking in the parking lot and I just had to show you. Look how close these two cars parked. I don't know. I just had to show you. I won't make it up.
Yes, you are. Okay. Wait, are we on D50?
Oh my God, you guys. Did you see there's cars that were like, they were like parked in a parking lot? What? That's Crazy Town Banana Pants. That is. I don't know what the hell here. Thank God she showed that. I've never seen anything like that before.
This is 3 straights, right?
Yeah.
No, this is not what we're
Well,
watching.
hello. So I've actually been home for a little bit now, and I was just checking up on things. And with my new YouTube schedule, I decided, like, because I post on my community tab weekly, twice weekly. I post like a few days before Tuesday to
Okay, her hair is so flat and thin. Girl, you really need to blow it dry. God, if she would get it cut to here, it would still look long. It would be bouncy and sexy. Yeah, for lack of a better word.
let you guys know like what time I will be going live. And then I also post on there for my Let's Talk, so it gives you guys an opportunity to ask me whatever you want. And I was realizing last night, like, damn, my community tab area is like genuinely such a mess. I had stuff way back from like 6 years ago, and there was just hundreds of like posts that were just like nonsense, old news. And I thought, since I use my community tab, I just don't want all of that in there anymore. So I sat and I deleted every single thing one by one. Took a while, but now it's nice and clear. And now it's like the only things that.
Okay, there's so many holes in this story, you could ride a bus through it. So I don't know what to tell you about this. First of all, you don't have to manually delete your comments one by one. You go into your studio, you click posts, you click select all, you hit delete, and they're gone. Now, could Amber be too stupid to figure that out? She could be. I'm not saying that, she knows how to do that. Maybe she doesn't. But I don't believe that she deleted 10 years worth of community posts. Do you know how long that would take? That'd probably take days. Well, maybe not. She doesn't post that often, but it is 10 years. And then I also don't understand really why she deleted all her community posts. I mean, she could have come on here and said, I just cleaned my whole community tab off because there's so much ugliness on there from the past. I don't want to look at it anymore. She could have said that and I would have bought it, but I don't understand. It almost feels like there's a reason she's did it, but she doesn't really want to tell us the reason. But I mean, I could be making that up, but that's the feeling I'm left with.
That need to be up there are things that are like relevant to like current time. So I'm sitting here working on some
They
of my
don't,
Lego,
though.
as you can see here. But people have always been like, Amberlynn, what do you mean?
For someone who likes to keep so many journals and archive everything in your life, I'm surprised you'd want to do that because your community post is really like a YouTube journal of sorts. You can go through it and see your history of what's happened. So her story doesn't make sense to me at all.
You have an egg intolerance. I'm not allergic to eggs, but sometimes eggs make me feel extremely sick. As a little girl, it wasn't so bad. And then in my like teenage, young adult era, it got way worse. And then in my like late 20s, it got even worse. And I don't know what happened, but in my 30s, it slowly has gotten better. So I've been able to like eat more eggs and enjoy them more. Something that helps a lot is if I scramble them to death or fry them to death or hard boil them to death. So I'm saying like overcook them. It helps drastically. I have been experimenting a little bit and I have been.
The amount of time to which you cook an egg has very minimal effect on the protein bonds of the egg. It's completely untrue. A loosely scrambled egg is going to have the exact same nutritional, dietary things in it that a dry scrambled egg has. This is complete and utter nonsense.
Having more of like a runny yolk here and there. So tonight for dinner, because I had lunch way earlier with my mom. For dinner,
Scrambled egg isn't any different than a fucking fried egg. It's got the same proteins in it. They're just scrambled. That's all.
I had breakfast for dinner and I made my fried eggs more runny this time. And I feel so sick. Like I feel like I have the flu. I'm extremely like nauseous. I'm telling you, like.
She is not sick because her yolk was runny. This is such a load of horse shit. So if that's the case, Amber, then maybe you should only eat egg whites and don't eat the yolks, because clearly it's the yolk that's giving you all the problems here. So why don't you just eat egg whites and then be done with it, and then you never have to worry about whether you're going to get sick or not this time. This is so stupid.
I'm about to go throw up type of deal. Like I feel extremely hot. Like I have a fever, even though I know I don't. And my stomach is like on and off cramping really bad. So that is what I mean by egg intolerance.
She basically just said she feels fine. Did you listen to what she said there? Listen very carefully to the words she chooses. I feel like I have a fever, even though I don't. And then she said something else that belied what she said before.
Nauseous. I'm telling you, like I'm about to go throw up type of deal. Like I feel extremely
She feels kind of nauseous, like she's about to go throw up, but she's not going to. She just feels a kind of like nauseous, right? Now,
hot, like I have a fever, even though I know I don't. And
I feel hot like I have a fever, but I don't. So she feels nauseous, but she isn't. She feels hot, but she's not.
my stomach is like on and off cramping really bad. So
it's on and off cramping. It's not cramping. It's cramping and then stops, cramping and stops. It's on and off. So she's not cramping. So basically she's told you she has no fever. She doesn't feel nauseous and her stomach isn't really cramping.
So that is what I mean by egg intolerance.
So nothing. Okay.
And sometimes it's a gamble. Like my mom experiences the same thing actually, where it's like a gamble. It's like, do you want to see if it's going to work out this time or no? And this time my body is not reacting good. But I'm telling you, it has gotten so much better. So I didn't even think it was a gamble.
You ate 2 eggs
But
today.
I guess for some reason tonight it was, and it does not feel good. I feel truly miserable. So I'm just going to watch some American Idol and do some Lego. I wanted to finish this Lego this week, but I don't think that's going to.
If this is you truly miserable, then you entitled fucking bitch. You have no idea what miserable feels like. This doesn't look miserable to me. This looks like a well-fed girl gonna go do whatever the fuck she wants. I don't see misery here at all. Is it because your tummy's cramping on and off? That makes it truly miserable.
Going to happen because I know the people who enjoy my Lego updates, y'all want me to move on to other stuff, and I don't blame you. I've just been like busy and like distracted and like
I
focusing
knew
on
she
other
wouldn't
things.
finish that
So
Lego.
sometimes I go through
That-
like Lego things. Or
That car Lego was way too complex for her. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. She's never gonna.
I'm telling you, I'm building like multiple a week, and then sometimes one literally takes months. But this one is really hard. This one is more of like a tech. They call it like a technic, bro. I could be using the wrong word right now. I don't even know. It's just supposed to be like even.
Guys, it's a technic. This one's really hard. It's a technic. Oh my god, that car, it's so technic. Did you see it? Did you see the book? It's technic.
Harder than like the hardest of the Lego, if that makes sense. Like it's supposed to be like very detailed. Like it's just.
Amber, did you mean technical? It's a technical Lego? It's a motorized Lego, so it's complex? Oh no, it's technic. It's like hectic technic. It's hectic technic, guys.
It's harder than like hard. I don't know what I'm saying. I literally feel
Harder than
super
hard.
ill
It's
from
hectic
what I'm speaking
technic.
right now. But everyone's like, Amberlynn, your egg intolerance. I need you to explain. I don't understand. So I just figured I'd give you guys a real live update on that because I feel.
Nobody asked you that. Nobody's asked you that. You haven't mentioned egg intolerance in years, and most of us already know about your fake egg allergy. That's not really an allergy, it's an intolerance. And sometimes it's okay, but then it gets bad. We know all about this. Nobody asked you that. That's a lie.
Awful. Like I think I might need to go puke, to be honest. So it's been a couple hours and I already feel a million times better. Like that sickness
Didn't puke. Never puked. That was all just for dramatic effect.
feeling comes on almost instantly, but it also leaves rather quickly too. So anyways, I'm about to get ready for bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello, jump scare. I'm at the grocery store.
Oh, she's
And I just
walking.
got the sweetest subscriber. She was so pretty with the cutest little piercings. But yeah, it's super sweet. Like every time I come to the store, I'm recognized a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Hello, we're in my fridge because we gotta talk. So in my weigh-in video,
You know how Mobility Mary was probably famous in her neighborhood, because she was a hazard. And everybody knew her because she was a fucking nightmare. And they'd see her, oh, Christ, here comes that woman on the scooter, Mobility Mary. I bet you Amber's the same in her neighborhood. Yeah, everybody knows you, Amber. They don't know you because you're such a famous, titillating YouTube star. They know you because you're this sad 500-pound girl. It's like, oh, there's that. Like, honest to God, if she was in our neighborhood, everybody'd be looking at her. Go, did you see the big girl? Did you see what the big girl was wearing today? You know you'd be talking about her.
when I was eating this meal, where I said it was 777 calories, you can see here. But in total, this is 770. I
Oh,
saw a lot
this
of people
is
say
the
that's way
one.
more than 770 calories. I know how to count calories. When I'm doing it, I actually know what I'm doing. This is the lean meat that I use.
I'm going to forward through this because really it's just her being telling us how she measured everything right. But, she's going to go through and I use this much of this, and this is how much it is, and I use this much. So, blah, blah, blah. I will say the comment that I saw that said she wasn't scaling things properly wasn't referring to this meal. It was referring to another meal. And they said, I don't know how she got it wrong. The calories are literally listed on the package of every one of these items. And in that example, they found the exact items, like the exact brand of sausage, etc. It wasn't this meal that they were criticizing. So yeah, you may have measured this one right. It wasn't this one that anybody was talking about.
Who spent her whole entire life eating thousands and thousands of more calories than I'm supposed to. So that is why every single time I try to diet, I'm always allotted these high amount of calories. To be successful, I need to satiate myself. I cannot sit there and eat salad all day. That's not gonna work. One of these is 250 calories.
Really? Well, if you ate something with fiber, like vegetables or fruit, it would satiate you a lot more than this rice does. You know, it would take longer to digest. Eat some fiber, Amber. Eat some vegetables. Eat something with color, because if your food is all beige, if your plate is all beige, that could be a problem. I mean, you know, not sometimes some meals are beige. Like look at a nice carbonara. There's not a lot of color in a carbonara. Doesn't mean it's not delicious. It's also not super healthy. It's full of cream and fat. So, you know, you got to have some color on your plate. You gotta.
Sometimes I have one. If I'm feeling extra hungry and I'm afraid I'm going to fall off track, which then leads to more thousands and thousands of calories, which I don't want to do, I will have 2 at a time because it fits in my calories. I know what I'm doing. I know how to log. I have a food scale that is very reliable. You guys
But you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't be 500 pounds, Amber. See, that's the problem.
looking at a bowl of food, you guys can't estimate that. You don't have the labels. You don't know how much it weighs.
You also don't know the ingredients or anything like that. Like I can't even tell you how many times I've had something in front of me.
This was not the meal that the people were saying she underestimated on. This wasn't the meal at all. It was a sausage thing.
That was so blatantly obvious of how many calories it was just because I had the nutrition label right in front of me. And people were like, nope, you're lying. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how to count calories. Yes, I get it. I am over 500 pounds. I'm fully aware of that. But that does not mean I don't know how to count calories. And when I am counting calories, I do it accurately.
It actually kind of does, Amber, because the problem is when you think you're on track, if you're counting calories incorrectly, you're not on track. So the meal that they cited that had some sausage in it looked to be that you underestimated. Was it that meal or maybe more than one meal? But for that period of time, you had underestimated about 1,600 calories. You know, doing that every day is going to make a big difference in your weight loss.
Why am I going to waste my time? I hate counting calories. I hate weighing my food. So when I'm doing it accurately and I'm doing it for a reason. But this is one of the very reasons why I hate doing what I ate today videos, especially when I'm counting calories, because people are always thinking I'm doing it wrong. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, if you're just cutting that meat in quarters, that's not difficult. The rice-a-roni has the calories already measured and accounted for on the label. And the broccoli, girl, you could eat 4 cups of broccoli. You don't have to measure the broccoli and count the calories. You don't. They're negligible, and it's just good for you anyway. So there's really not a lot of work involved in counting the calories of this meal. I don't know what you're talking
I have done it for a majority of my life. I've done it for over 2 decades and a half. I do know how to count calories. So stop coming for me because it makes you look dumb.
And you know what else is dumb? When your ex's wife is so insanely obsessed with you that they buy the same sweater as you and they constantly post about you on their Instagram. Like, bro, your wife cheated on you with me. Like, do you know how many times they couldn't wait for you to leave so they could call me? Like, you have a gross wife. You have a cheater of a wife who lied to us.
And you're a house-wrecking whore, so I don't understand this flex isn't the flex you think it is. What she's talking about is there's people, I don't know if you remember, I barely do, Brittany and Erica, you know, from last season. And I guess if you're not up on the lore, Brittany and Erica were AMBERLYNN haters, and they decided as a couple to troll her for some reason. And then one of them took over. I guess Erica took over and kept talking to AMBERLYNN and fell in love. And Brittany, Erica's partner, didn't really know that it had gone into real world and real feelings, and then it all blew up. And so they're still together. And of course, Amber isn't part of that. And last week, Brittany, who was not the one that fell in love with her, but the wife of the one that fell in love with Amber, went and bought that Torrid t-shirt that all the reactors are buying, because it's so funny to buy the same shirt. It says, you can't sit with us or something. It's like a Mean Girls shirt. Oh, no, why are you so obsessed with me? Of course. It says, why are you so obsessed with me? And it's from Mean Girls. It's from Torrid. So I guess Brittany bought that and posted a picture of her in it. And, you know, it's those people are stupid too, quite frankly, you know. But that's what this is about.
Us both. But you're mad at me? Your wife. And you tried to troll me, but your wife fell in love. Like, that's pitiful.
And you went along with it and thought that you were having a love affair with a married woman. Who's pitiful, Amber? Because you know what? After Erica wrote you these nights, you know what? After Erica wrote this to Amber, sweet dreams, my love. I'll be calling you at 8:30 my time. I love you so much. Give Wasabi a kiss for me. Good night, my queen. You know what she did after she hit send on that? She got into bed with her wife. She might have made love to her wife, but she got into bed with her wife after that. So, Amber, you know what you did? You sat at home alone and ate. This isn't the flex you think it is. Don't, you know, I will say in these kind of situations, AMBERLYNN had no commitment to anybody. Erica had a commitment to Brittany. Erica is the shitty person. Erica cheated on her relationship. But Amber, you are a literal pile of dog shit for inserting yourself into a married couple's relationship. For sure, Erica's more to blame. She had the commitment. You didn't have any commitment to anybody. But you know what it does? It makes you an amoral slob of a human being. It's disgusting, Amber. Don't fuck other people's partners. I know you didn't do that, but just don't. You're just as gross as she is. Why you're using this as a flex is beyond me.
That's pathetic. You stay
You're
bothered
pathetic.
and you stay obsessed, and it's getting a little cringe and a
You're obsessed too because you're still talking about it. You know what I would if that I saw the picture and if I was Amber, I would have gone, "Oh Christ, she's a fool," and ignored it. But you're going to make a video about it because you're obsessed too.
little out of hand. All right, you guys, so here's a weekly build update. I have about 60 steps left. I did work on it a bit this week. Probably a good thing it's taking me a while because I'm telling you, sometimes I get super obsessed and I spend way too much money on Lego and builds in general. All right, you guys.
No, you're taking your time because it's a technic, and because it's a technic, it's more difficult for you. It looks pretty complex, actually. She's never going to finish that
So
list.
it is time for my Oracle reading for the week, and I chose my 3 decks. So I've realized that since I've been doing this for a few years now, I've only
You
ever
know what? Not. No, cannot. I don't know if she's going to say anything interesting here because I'm not going to watch her pull cards and then read the description out of a goddamn book. I can't. If you want to watch the Oracle segment, you're going to have to go somewhere else because I'm not doing it.
things that we are thankful for and grateful for. So I try to do a lot of these are the things I'm grateful for, especially when I'm journaling. And even with people in my life, I noticed my mom the other day, she just needed a little more pep in her step and some positivity. So I stopped her and I said, Mom, what are some things that you're thankful for? And she stopped and she said them and she said that it helped her. So I think if you ever feel
Okay, you know what? I don't believe that story at all because you're a narcissist and you don't give a shit about anybody else. You don't give a shit if your mom needs a little more pep in her step. I'm willing to bet that your mother said to you, you're looking a little down today, honey. Here's something I like to do. Why don't you think about 3 things you're grateful for? Because that sounds like a trick of recovery. That sounds like something you might learn in a recovery program and you might practice in your life in recovery. Gratitude. And I'm telling you, it is, she's not wrong, except she doesn't do it. But true gratitude for things in your life is life altering. When you start focusing on the things that you're grateful for instead of the things that you are mad about, it does change the tenor of your life. I promise you. But I also promise you, she didn't do this to her mom. Her mom said this to her.
life is too much and there's just so many negative things with the world and yourself and things going on in your life. If you genuinely just stop and be like, what are 3 things that either make me smile, I'm grateful for, thankful for, just 3 positive things in my life, it'll immediately just give you some sort of
Amber,
feeling.
practicing gratitude. It's centuries old. You didn't come up with this.
Make you realize that whatever headspace you're in, because sometimes it feels like life is all bad.
Oh, hurry up.
Make
I'm
you
not
realize that there's a lot of beauty and good in life too. Anyways, that was a ramble, a rant there. I'm gonna go. I hope that you guys enjoyed this weekly vlog and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Bye. Did you enjoy that one? Can you not wait till the next one? That was really boring, guys. What are we going to do? I can't do another year of this. I can't. I'm going to put a flaming hot stick in my eye. We have to get that travel channel happening. You know, it's only about 38 days till I get to meet some Lerts in Costa Rica and start our new chapter of traveling with the community and maybe building that travel channel. I promise you it's going to be fun. And maybe you can come on a trip someday too, because we can't keep doing this. This is going to make me literally crazy. At least Rio was here with us today. And thank you, Rio. He's sleeping. Even he got bored to death. Thank you all for joining me at this very long reaction look at AMBERLYNN's Monday vlog. Don't forget tonight, the carpools will be pulling up in front of the Discord at about 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, so we can all get over to Lainey's living room and watch the members live stream. I can't wait to see you there, and I'll see you at my live stream tomorrow, where we're going to discuss the Dakota situation, as well as a nice recap of her live stream from tonight. Thank you for joining me and the very sleepy Rio, and until we meet again, you know the routine. Just be kind, and hasta luego.